story from Hecate's Needle. It is Thursday, June 13th. And I'm here with my bi-weekly update. First, I'd like to say welcome to those of you who are new here. I'm so glad you chose to spend a few minutes of your day with me. I hope you see something you like, and I hope you stick around, maybe subscribe to see when I upload and see what my progress is on all of my projects. Not that I have that many, not in comparison to some people. I don't have that many, but I do have a handful. To those of you who are returning, words and syllables are sometimes difficult. I'm so glad to see you back. I'm always glad to see you. I have had some new subscribers since my last video, so I would like to say thank you. Thank you very much for the likes, the subscribes, the comments. I really do appreciate it, and it does make my heart happy to grow a small little community of people who love cross stitch and crafts. I am joined here today by the lovely Artemis. It's been raining. It's been raining off and on all morning, and though it has not thundered, the rain is going to get her. It's going to get her. It's going to kill us all. And so Mama has to protect her. So she is here with me, right here. Literally, right here. The cats are all on the other side of the door. Hecate is asleep in my bed. And I think Cheeto is also asleep in my bed. I know he was wandering the halls, screaming the song of his people for a while, but I think he got tired and I think he laid down with Hecate. They have finally reached an agreement. If you do not breathe my air, I will not whip your butt. And so they are coexisting peacefully. He has not attacked her anymore, and she has not had to bloody him up anymore because Hecate's not having it. And they will even snuggle once in a while. So, but only if she deems him clean enough. Thank you. Snickers and Jellybean are out there. They are racing up and down the halls. They have the zoomies. So if you hear bodies hitting the wall or things crashing to the floor, just know it's the brothers. The brothers they're loose. And in fact, Jellybean has been on a tear all morning. He's been a holy terror. He has cleared every surface in the bathroom. He has cleared the kitchen cabinets. He cleared the kitchen table. And this is waiting for me when I'm done filming. He has cleared most of the surfaces in my craft room. So I'm going to have to put all that stuff up. So, you know, his last visit to the vet, I had mentioned to the vet that, I'm sorry, this boy is hell on wheels. And all the vet said was he'll grow out of it. That boy's over a year old now, and he hadn't outgrown anything. He's gotten worse. So I think the vet lied, okay? And water bottles, spraying him with a water bottle doesn't help because he loves the water. In fact, he loves to play in the water. So that doesn't help. That does not deter him. But anyway, so it's just me and Artemis in here. It looks like the sun has actually come out. I know it's been cloudy all morning, but it looks like the sun's finally out. So maybe the rain is over and she can calm down. Today is just a normal video, normal progress video. I do have progress. I do have a new start. I know. basically I got tired of working on my stitch alongs and just decided to start one of the Christmas presents. Now my next video, June 27th, will be a whip parade. It'll be a mid-year whip parade. So that's coming in 2 weeks. And by then I think I will have another new start. Possibly 2, but definitely 1. I don't have much haul. I have a little, but not much. So let's get on with it. Cross stitch. We'll go ahead and start with the new start because it's here on top. And these are in no particular order. My new start is this one. The one I plan to do for my husband for Christmas. The Say Sushi by Designworks. This is a small one. And this was a full kit. It's just 5 by 7, so it's not a very large one. I am using all the kit materials. I didn't see any reason to change them. It is a 14 count plain white Aida with just DMC floss. And I didn't bring my board over here, so we'll use a notebook. Now, when I started this, I went ahead and put in a good 774 stitches, and that put me at 28% done already. So this one will be done by Christmas. But this is what I've gotten done. This is his little tray and his little sushi rolls, and then I've started on his little outfit here. This one is all full crosses and backstitch. There are no partial cross. So it's easy. It's quick, it's easy, no big deal. And like I said, I'm already 28% done, so. And it doesn't have to be done until December. So that's my new start. And that one lives in my nice summery watermelon bag made by me. I make all of my own bags. I do so much sewing and I have so many scraps that I see no reason to buy a bag. I have fabric for years to do bags with. So the next one I have worked on is the Herbalist Stitch Along by World on a String by Dara. This one is being stitched on a 14 count seafoam green Aida, and it looks like this. I am completely caught up with this one. The last 2 weeks I put in the oil and the lemon balm, which I happen to grow in my herb garden. Lemon balm is good for lowering blood pressure. It's also good for anxiety. So I have a nice big bushy plant out there. It also makes an amazing jelly that tastes like the old-fashioned lemon drops. FYI. But as I said, this one is completely caught up. She is releasing the pieces every Monday, and it's just a quick little stitch. Doesn't even take an hour to do, so it's easy to keep up with. Once you've got that frame done, you're good. And it is in this bag, my little quilted bag, made specifically for this project, out of a lovely herbal fabric. The next one I worked on was the Femurs Fungi by Fine Frog Stitching. This one is being stitched on a 16 count Aida in the color Eclipse by Witch's Garden Crafts. And this one is also completely caught up. This one has been giving me headaches. And there's nothing wrong with the pattern. The pattern is great. The pattern is not even really complicated. I don't know what my problem is. I mean, besides the fabric, because this was originally supposed to be a 14 count, but I think it shrank. And the holes are so tight that it's hard to stitch. I finally found, at first I tried a regular ballpoint needle. That wasn't going anywhere. That was doing nothing. Then I tried a tiny little sharp needle. That one also gave me headaches. But now I've managed to find just the right sharp needle to use for it, and it's going much easier. Now the only problem is I don't necessarily like the way the stitches are laying on this, but I'm going to finish it. I have done this much and I'm going to just finish it and be done with it. The new sections were this shelf, and I don't know how or what I did here, but this was supposed to be a wider space between the shelf and the frame, and so I have the world's stubbiest little cat handle. I was not going to sit here and try and figure out what I did and redo anything, so I just made a short stubby little candle, and you know what? It works. They've just been burning that candle for a hot minute, that's all. And then last week's piece was this one with the raven on the skull, which was actually really quick and easy. These pieces are released every Friday, and on Fridays is when I clean house and do laundry so that I can go into the weekend with no chores. So after I finish cleaning, I usually sit down and stitch this up real quick, and this one has been easy to keep up with. Once all these frames were done, you just fill it in. And I've often said the most time-consuming part of a stitch along is the frame. Once that frame is done, the other pieces are completely manageable. And this one and the Herbalist are perfect examples of that. Now, the femurs and fungi are living in my shiny metallic butterfly brocade bag, which was actually originally made for a much larger project. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And then the last one I made progress on was the stitch along that everyone is doing, the Deadly Aquarium. Now, this is the one by Lola Crow. I have not managed to keep up with this one, I admit it freely. This one is being done on a 14 count Aida. It is an opalescent, and it is in minty green. And again, I forgot my board. And I've made quite a bit of progress the past couple weeks, and I can't hold this up. Basically, I did all of this. Now my goal is to finish all of that black. Once I get that black done, then as I fill in the other colors, I will fill in the pieces that have been released. And true to my luck, all of the pieces that have been released thus far are in this area. So I couldn't even like fill them in here. They're all over here. So once I get this black done, and I'm almost done with the black, really. I don't have a lot of the black left. So once I get that black done, I'll just start filling in the missing pieces, or the pieces that have been released, as I fill in all the colors. But this one is such a big one. And honestly, this is the only stitch along that I have not been able to keep up with. The others I'm good. The Vampirum, I'm not going to say I'm behind, but I do need to stitch the current piece of it before she releases the next one. And I haven't done that yet. But this one is in this little sea turtle bag. And it even has a little sea turtle zipper pull. So that's what that one is in. That's my progress. It's been a rough 2 weeks. Because life. I've had some issues with the arthritis in my hands, so I didn't get as much stitching as I wanted to. No finishes, no fully finish, although I do have some ornaments I need to fully finish, both Halloween and Christmas. I have not been keeping up with my checklist because I've overwhelmed myself with stitch-alongs. I have a little bit of haul, not a whole lot. I didn't really do any shopping. We did go to a new stitchy shop in Houston. We went looking for the last color of Krynic that I needed for my Bellatrix, which we found it, and I now have everything I need. The beads, the Krynic, the floss, the water lilies, everything necessary to start my Bella Filipina except the fabric. And I'm going to dye the fabric myself. So I need to do that. Which then I'll just take an afternoon and it's no big deal. But I did get everything for the Bella Filipina. That being said, the stitchy shop we went to, and it's one we've never been to before, I've never heard of it. We just went online and looked for it because I don't know why it was so difficult, but trying to find the high luster silver Krynic was impossible. None of the online stitchy shops had it. We had tried to find it at the local needle shop that we usually go to, that we probably won't go to anymore. They didn't have it. And so we went online and we found a different stitch shop in Houston. And I don't remember the name of it because I have no intention of going back. They did have the Krynic, I will give them that. But that was not the shop for me. They carried zero fabric, cross stitch fabric. They didn't have linen, they didn't have Aida, they didn't have even weave, none of that. They had none of it. What they carried were painted canvases that honestly reminded me of plastic canvas, which I hate. And they were outrageously expensive. Hundreds of dollars for a single canvas. Number one, I don't like stitching on canvas at all, ever. And number two, I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of budget for my hobbies. I just don't. They had a handful of little wildflower cross-stitch kits, but they were $70 a piece for a little kit that makes a project this big. I said no. And then they had some gorgeous needle minders. They were very pretty. They were also $25 to $30 a piece. And I said, this is not the shop for me. I got my Kreinik and left. Okay. Even my husband was like, no. Okay. So we probably won't go back there. And my regular stitchy store. They're fine. They're fine. I wouldn't say they're amazing, but they're fine. They do have some hard to find patterns, which is fine if you're willing to look for them, because all of their patterns are just crammed in a display and you have to literally search for what you're looking for. In fact, that's where we found Bellatrix and some others. The problem with them is they don't really get in anything new. So the last 3 times we've been there, they have had the same stuff, except for the stuff they sell out of, which doesn't really seem to get replaced. So, I just told my husband, we'll just shop online. We'll shop online. I have my list of places that I like to shop for, or shop at for cross-stitch stuff, and we'll just go that route, honestly. I did. That being said, like I said, I got the Kreinik, which was the last color I needed for Bellatrix. I got, just at Hobby Lobby, I went in and got a handful of DMC colors that I had run out of in my main stash, my master set, as it may be. As you can see, I stitch lots of green. But I did get those because actually 2 days this past week, 2 days, I took out all of my master set of DMC and went through each one and made a list of the colors that I was either out of or almost out of, that I didn't have extras of. And I went through all of my master set, and so that also took away some stitchy time. Although it was cross-stitch related, it was not stitching. So that took 2 days to go through everything, get it all organized. And what precipitated that was my other purchase. I got tired of having my bobbins of floss from my master set in my project bags. Because what was happening is I have so many projects going right now that there was overlap. And so I was constantly hunting for the color I needed. And so I went on Amazon and I got a box of floss drops. And these are just plain wooden floss drops. They're nice. They're smooth. They don't snag the floss at all. And it came with, a ring. And it was a box of 100 for about $13. And so what I did was I took all of the bobbins of floss out of my project bags and then replaced them with the floss drops. And I just cut lengths of the floss and put them on the floss drops. And while I was at it, I went through all of my master set and made my list. This is from the Deadly Aquarium. But I went ahead and did that. I've never really used floss drops before, but I was just like, I have this many projects going. I really need to stop throwing my bobbins in there because I'm having trouble finding the colors when I need them. And I'm not one of those who's just going to go buy a whole new set of DMC for every project. I'm just not going to do that. So I did that. And then my last acquisition. Now there is another stitch along. It's by Living on the Rainbow. It's on Etsy. And it is the Book of Fungi. Now I'm not doing this as a stitch along, but I am getting the patterns. And I got the little embellishment set for it for when I'm ready to stitch it. Like I said, I'm not going to do this as a stitch along. It's just going to be as a project. But once this is done, it makes a tiny little cross-stitch book of mushrooms and toadstools. And it's adorable. And I have to have it. Like I said, I don't have to stitch it right now, but it is so cute. And they've actually, on their site, they've gotten others. There's one, it's a book of potions. There are older ones. But the embellishment pack, it comes with everything to finish it. It comes with a shiny green fabric and some felt and whatnot. But it comes with the little book corners. And then it comes with a little toadstool charm. So I got that because I would like to do that project. Now, I don't know when I'll do it. I want to wait until I finish some of these other stitch-alongs. Which, as I said, the Femurs and Fungi, there's not much left on that. It will be done soon. I want to say maybe in July it will be done. July or August. So there's not much longer left on that one. And then that'll be one marked off my list. As I said, my next video will be Mid-Year Whip Parade. But as for other plans, I want to, of course, finish the sushi one. That is going to be a Christmas present for my husband, but at least that'll be one marked off my list. And it's small, quick, easy, no big deal. I want to get caught up with the Deadly Aquarium someday. And I need to do the current section of the Vampirum. I also want to start another Christmas one. I want to start the Super Mario, the baby Mario one for my daughter for Christmas. This is a bit bigger one. I mean, it's not huge. It's just 111 by 111 stitches. So it's not huge. But I want to start that soon. And then the next one I'll be starting on the summer solstice. Sorry. And that is my start along with the Nightshade Needleworker, Mindy. And it is for our Animal Crossing Polly Pocket. So I'll be starting this one on the summer solstice. And this one is a monster. It's huge. It's 250 by 275. Which is why it's not a Christmas gift this year, but it might be next year. Because it's going to be considerable, okay? So those are the two new starts I have planned. And hopefully I'll get them started in the next 2 weeks. Well, obviously the Polly Pocket one I will. But hopefully I'll be able to get the Baby Mario started too. Because I'm going to stitch one for my husband, which I've already started, one for my daughter, and then one for my son. But those are my plans. I am not sure when Fat Quarter Shop's Halloween stitch along is going to start. They've got the information with the supply list, and that's about it. It doesn't say when it's going to start, but they usually start sometime in July. This is their annual Halloween stitch along, and I usually do theirs. They're quick, easy projects that are just broken into 4 blocks. Do your 4 pieces, you're done. And they're only like 7 by 7. They're let's see. Yeah, they're 98 by 98. So nothing huge. So I will be doing that, but that'll probably start next month. That's usually when they start it. Those are the plans I have. Now, my husband informed me that he had actually ordered a stitchy box for me. He had ordered it back in April, and it was supposed to ship. I think he said it was supposed to ship either in April or May. Well, it didn't, and it still has not shipped. His hope was that it would be a Mother's Day gift, but they never shipped it, and it still has not been shipped. I'm assuming they were waiting for some of the things to go in it. I don't know. He did say that the theme was botanical gardens, which is perfect for me. Now it's one of their countdown boxes. They have printed a shipping label for it, so I'm assuming it will be shipped soon. I hope, because I'd kind of like to get it. I guess my question is, obviously I'll video it, I'll film it so that everybody can see what's in it. Thought I heard somebody at the door. My question is, should I do it as a countdown, or should I just open it all at once? What do you think? His intent was for me to count down to Mother's Day, I think. Or I assume, I don't know. All I know is he said he had gotten it for me for Mother's Day. But it is a countdown box. So, should I open them all at once, or should I open them once a day, the way it was intended to be done? Let me know in the comments below, because I have nothing to count down to. Not until Halloween. So I don't know. It's too soon to count down to the summer solstice. Got nothing. So let me know what you think. Should I do it all at once, or should I do it one day at a time? Other than that, that's all I've got for cross stitch. I did want to shout out one of the Flosstubes that I have been watching. It's Bernie at Hooking and Stitching. She is in the UK. She does, well, one of the reasons I watch her is she does a lot of cat designs, which, you know, me and my cats. I love my cats. She does do a lot of those. She also does some crochet, which has been interesting because I've been teaching myself how to crochet. But she does a lot of cool patterns. She does some, you know, pop culture things, and then she does, like I said, her cats. A nice variety. So hooking and stitching. Check her out. And I think that's all I've got for cross stitch this time. So on to sewing. Sewing. I have nothing. I have nothing. I haven't done any sewing. What I've been doing is matching patterns and fabric for summer clothes. I need to go through mine and my daughter's clothes and get rid of the old stuff, the stuff that's getting ragged and threadbare, the stuff that is that no longer fits, things like that. So I need to do that. I've been matching fabric and patterns. I got the denim in to experiment with making my husband some shorts. I need to get those cut out and start stitching those up. That's all I've done for sewing. The past couple weeks I've been kind of fighting depression a little bit. So I've not been as productive as I would like to be. I'm fine. I am starting to feel better, but that gets in the way sometimes. So that's it for sewing. Like I said, I've got the stuff matched up. Once I clean off my cutting table so that I can cut some fabric and Jelly Bean would quit dumping everything in the floor, I can get that stuff stitched up and cut out and all the other things. So there's that. But that's it for sewing. Nothing's going on. So gardening. Gardening has also been taking up quite a bit of my time. Our wild grapes have done great. I got a batch of jelly made. The cucumbers, oh my God, so many cucumbers. I only have 3 plants. And I currently have 2 big baskets full of cucumbers sitting in my kitchen. I made pickles for us and my son. We've been drinking agua fresca, but my husband's been taking cucumbers every day for lunch. I don't know what to do with them all. We've been slicing them up with dinner. We've been putting them in salads. Any ideas, let me know. But we've got cucumbers. Our bush beans are done. All of the rain we've had, they've got like a mildew. Not to mention that the rabbits have been feasting on the beans. Now we got quite a bit, and we've still got some left in the freezer, but we didn't get as many as we could have, which is fine. It's fine. We got some butternut squash, which is nice. We've started eating cherry tomatoes. Those are producing. Our regular, like, Italian heirloom tomatoes are not yet. The peppers are not yet, although they're all planted and they're all growing and they're all doing great. They're nice, green, big, bushy plants. They're just not ready to produce yet. Our garlic will be harvested by the end of this month. Our onions are growing, but something's been eating the leaves. The potatoes are growing. We did plant some sweet potato. Otherwise, everything's fine. I did harvest a ton of catnip, so I'll be making lots of cat toys. Not to mention medicine as well. But otherwise, our cilantro has now turned into coriander. Yes, it is the same plant. The cilantro is the leaves, the coriander is the seeds. So I'll just harvest the seeds and we'll have coriander. And then we'll plant something else there. But otherwise, the garden's fine. It has been taking up a lot of our time, though. And that's it for the garden. It's there. It's hot. It's humid. And the rain just won't stop. So, life. Everything's fine. My husband is planning another trip. I don't know when he'll go. We are planning to, well, he did go offshore fishing for red snapper last week. So we have plenty of fish. We're planning a trip to go to the aquarium in Houston one day. That's something we all enjoy. And then he wants to start looking for some places for day trips. I think he's afraid I'm gonna like go psychotic if I don't get out of the house soon. Because I spend a lot of time in the house. Or I should say on the property. Not necessarily inside. With all the rain, the tree frogs have been wild. They're everywhere, but that's okay. We have plenty of mosquitoes that can eat. And it won't break my heart. But life is fine. It's fine. Everything's going along as long as normal. So that's really all I've got for today. As I said, little boys are still zooming up and down the halls. I don't know if you can hear the little feet going, but I can hear them. Artemis hasn't moved. At least the sun's out and it's not raining, so she's not in a full-blown panic right now. For now. It won't last. But that's all I've got today. It's kind of a shorter video, but that's okay. I haven't really done as much. Next time there will be more, and it'll be all cross stitch. So, again, thank you. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to listen to me ramble. If you're new here, I hope you saw something you like. I hope you subscribe, comment. I love to read your comments and I will answer them. And happy stitching. It's Thursday, so it's not too early to say I hope you have an amazing weekend. And I hope to see you again in 2 weeks.